大家好，我是张爸爸，欢迎收看《地球的孩子》。平常我们口渴的时候就会拿起水来喝。这时候张爸爸都会很庆幸我们随时都可以有干净的水喝。但是在非洲的乌干达可就没有这么幸运了，他们很多村落没有水，如果要水的话，得要走到很远的地方去提这样的泥巴水回来耶。而且这个泥巴水不只是要拿来喝还要拿来做很多其他的事情。小朋友，如果你是他们，你要喝吗？如果是张爸爸才不要喝呢。这样的事情大家很难想象吧？今天我们故事的主角是住在加拿大的莱恩在他6岁的时候听到这样的事情他的反应跟我们不一样他做了一个惊人之举。那他到底做了什么事情呢？
Our story begins here in Kemptville, Ontario, a small country town about an hour south of Ottawa, Canada's capital. It was just a regular day when 6-year-old Ryan Hurljack joined his friends in the grade 1 class at Holy Cross School. Nancy Prest was in her first year of teaching and wanted to inspire her young students about their place in the world and maybe plant the seeds of sharing and caring.
It was during Lent, and we were, all the grade 1s were saving pennies for the Lenten missions, and I had a sheet of paper from the vice principal that said how much money you could save for what would give the children in Africa. And Brian was really interested in the well. He was interested in the water and that people didn't have water, so he said, how much was that well again? On the sheet it said $70. He says, I'm going to save for that.
And she explained that people were dying because they didn't have clean water, and that just gave me a bad feeling inside, because I just closed my eyes and opened them again, in that classroom I would see more than 75 or even 100 things they didn't have. So I went home and begged and begged and begged my mom and dad for $70. They really ignored me at first, but I just brought it up again and again and again, and finally they said, okay, we'll give you a chance, but we won't give you the money, like, here's $70.
So we sat down with him and we explained to him that $70 was an awful lot of money and that we wouldn't be able to give it to him. However, if he was serious about it and if he wanted to earn the money, that we would help him by giving him some extra chores to do on top of his regular chores.
Some of the chores were washing windows, picking up brushes from the ice storm, picking up pine cones from my nan's crafts, and the most one I hated was vacuuming.
After 4 months, the cookie jar on the fridge was full of small change, closing in on the magic number of $70.
We had no idea where to send $70 to build a well, and so I called a friend of mine, Brenda, and asked her whether or not she had any ideas.
And Brenda got us in touch with an organization called WaterCan. So Mom, Brenda, and I took the money to WaterCan.
When Ryan arrived at WaterCan, a Canadian non-profit organization that helps facilitate water projects in Africa, he learned the hard truth. The fact sheet the teacher had was a bit off.
And they said, you know, Ryan, it's going to cost a lot more than $70 to build a well. It's going to cost $2,000, really. And after they said that, I said I'd just do more chores.
About the same time, the local newspaper got wind of his story, and people were touched by the young boy's spirit.
And I thought it was such an amazing story that I got on the computer and wrote it up and started off writing it up for myself and sent it out to everybody on my email list. And the responses started coming back saying, this is amazing. Wow, what a neat story. Then I had one response from a young cousin of mine who said, I'd like to match Ryan's donation of $70. And then that started sort of a flow of people saying, yeah, I'd like to support this.
He was in grade 1 and they were still learning how to write. And we got a check in the mail, Ryan's Well, Kemptville, Ontario, don't ask me how it found us, from a woman up in Renfrew County with a wonderful note. And Ryan didn't understand what a check was. So we explained to him, this check is for $25, and when you sign this check, we'll be able to give $25 to WaterCan, which will go toward supporting your well.
After 10 months and a lot of hard work, WaterCan called to say that Ryan had finally reached his goal. The next step was to decide where the well would be built. So a meeting was arranged with Hiza Shibru, a water camp partner from Uganda.
They said this is Ryan who has raised money for a well. And there is this kid, 6 years or maybe 7 years old, sitting with his mom. I said, this is a kid? Yes. So I said immediately, so what do you want? What do you want your well to be?
And I said a school because a village, that's only like around 300 people or 200 or 100. But if I give to the school, then more people will go there. So, and lots of kids will have clean water.
The school picked for Ryan's well was in northern Uganda, Angolo Primary School, with a population of around 1,000 students. In April 1999, Ryan's well was inaugurated. The villagers knew a little boy from Canada had worked hard to bring them fresh water and brought a precious chicken as a thank you gift. Ryan would have liked nothing better than to get his chicken and see his well. His parents said they'd save up and take him when he was 12.
Dear Jimmy, my name is Ryan. I am 7 years old boy.
In the meantime, Ryan's class had started writing letters to the children at Angolo Primary School. Ryan's new pen pal, Jimmy Akana, kept him in touch with news about the well and the difference it had made to the village.
Do you still drink water from my well? Love, Ryan.
Dear friend Ryan, Africa is hot. I am now 9. Yes, I always drink from your well. Your friend, Akana Jimmy.
That was all the encouragement Ryan needed to set himself a new goal. He now wanted to buy a drilling rig so that the local people could dig more wells. He needed another $25,000. This time, the whole school got involved.
He's now raised $900. He has raised over $6,000.
How much have you raised so far?
$15,000.
Ryan has raised $45,000.
Bruce and Bev Painter decided to donate their air miles to help buy tickets for Ryan and his parents to go to Uganda to see his well.
Made me feel so great, like I was jumping up and down, I was jumping all over. I was like, woohoo, I'm going to Africa.
Where's my bag?
Their friends didn't want them to go empty-handed. Brenda rallied her friends and arrived with a check to buy 71 desks for the school at Angolo.
And all of these people on these sheets have donated at least one desk. So I have some pins.
Others donated maps, soccer balls, and books.
These are candies for the children at Angolo School because they don't often get something good to eat. All they eat is like vegetables and meat. They haven't even had one piece of candy in their life.
Ryan was told he would have to fit all the gifts in his suitcase or leave them behind. Ryan was not going to let that happen.
大家知道，如果你从加拿大到非洲的乌干达，距离有多远吗？我们以从台北到高雄400公里来计算等于是你要来回29遍才可以到那个地方。所以现在大家知道这个距离有多遥远了吧？所以当莱恩知道他可以到乌干达去的时候，大家就知道他有多兴奋了。而且他终于可以见到他的笔友 Jimmy 喽。而这次旅程又会带给他什么样的改变呢？我们一起去乌干达吧。
Oh, kutu-kutu. Tete na duya.
Cradled by mountains, Uganda is often called the Pearl of Africa. It's home to the source of the largest river in the world, the Nile. It is a country of contradictions. 1/3 of Uganda is covered in water, and yet in the northern regions, only 3 out of 10 people have access to clean drinking water. Typically, the welcome is as warm as the weather.
Good to see you. Welcome to Africa.
Fiza, who met Ryan in Ottawa 2 years before, is thrilled to see him here in Uganda.
Thank you so much for coming. The trip was wonderful.
Good, good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good, good. You're gonna like it. You must be tired.
No, not at all.
Not at all.
That's good.
Ryan is excited as they set out to travel north to a camp closer to the site of his well and to a meeting with his pen pal, Jimmy. Everyone has heard about this boy from Canada.
You should expect more than what you think you are going to see. The arrangement is great. The school has arranged, the parents has participated, and Ryan relationship is now a big relationship between Ryan and the entire community of Apache now.
Really, I was looking forward to the most was really meeting my pen pal, Jimmy Akana. I've been writing for Jimmy, and I really wanted to see what he looked like.
Shortly after arriving in Uganda, Ryan learned that Jimmy was an orphan, being raised by his aunt. Jimmy hadn't mentioned this in his letters. For Jimmy, the relationship with Ryan has changed his life. He now has higher status in the village. After all, he is the pen pal of the boy who has brought water to their community.
This is your well. You read it.
Ryan's Well, funded by Ryan H.
Yeah.
For
the community
from
of Angolo.
Angolo Primary School.
Yeah.
The crowd applauds and approves of this new inauguration of the well. It's now official because Ryan is here. And to them, the two boys symbolize the bond between two communities, two schools, two nations.
Thank you, thank you.
People from surrounding villages turn out to thank Ryan and to show him how much the well means to them. The people in the villages surrounding Angolo have reason to rejoice. Now they have clean water at Ryan's well. But in many other areas, even in the same district, women still have to walk several kilometers just to get to a watering hole like this one. The scene at the watering hole was one that Ryan would never forget.
The thing that scared me most was when I saw where the people were getting their water. I couldn't believe it. They were drinking from the lake. Their buckets were going in and coming out. There were like almost 10 or 5 people there at every second, and they were dipping their buckets in and carrying them back. All I have to do is 9 steps, and there, I have it. They have to take even like 100 steps even to get to the watering hole for dirty water. It's terrible.
This is Ryan's drilling rig in operation. He reached that goal too, and takes comfort in the fact that the new well will soon provide safe water for people in these villages, just like Angolo. Impressed with the efficiency of this new rig, Ryan's mind races ahead. He's heard about something even bigger and better.
There's a drilling truck I could do, and it will drill, well, even deeper than a drilling rig. Even than automatic drilling. It would even drill deeper than that.
Ryan's well has meant a lot more than just clean water for the children of Angolo Primary School.
First of all, the school didn't have any water point. So during lunchtime, pupils were walking something like 5 kilometers to get safe drinking water. So by the time they come back to the class, every day they would lose something like 1 to 2 hours. The safe water has improved the life of the children. It has also increased the performance of the school because now they can concentrate more. Now they have more time for kids to stay in the class. And also it has created some morale within the pupils because they know if this young child could produce this, then we could also do something. So it's a lesson to them.
It was just so different because I heard that they were dying and stuff, and when I got there, it just gave me an inspired feeling because I saw how happy they were, inspired they were, and that they had clean water.
Yes, good morning, class.
This morning we are very privileged to have our friend Ryan who is with us now. Can we clap for him? That's good.
It was really crowded and a little bit small. And there was only 1 chalkboard and 3 desks, and the 3 desks were shared by 3 students. My guess is they all shared turns in the desks.
Since the well went in, the school enrollment has jumped to 1,700 students from 1,000. As soon as Ryan realizes that there aren't enough classrooms for all the new students, he starts planning for the future. The first step, a meeting with the principal, George Opinyi.
Because we cannot put these desks outside the classes because we don't have enough classrooms. I would prefer we have classrooms first, then we buy desks later and put them inside.
How much does it cost for each classroom?
Classroom costs, this one here, costs 32 million Uganda shillings.
Can we buy materials for it, like mud or walls or hay to build it on top, and then build it like that manually just to buy the equipment? Would that cost less?
I think that will be better, even cheaper. Then the community will get involved in making bricks.
How about I save some money and then I come back and hand it to you for a classroom?
This boy is really a wonderful boy for that. The boy has done a lot of miracles, which the government could not even do. So actually I don't know how, what insight he has was being taught, and then he got the concept of the lesson. He felt it in his own heart, and then he started to raise money. He felt it actually.
We wish you success, Johnny. We wish you success, Johnny.
大家有没有玩过骨牌？当第一个骨牌被推倒了以后， 后面的骨牌哦，速度就越来越快，而且力量会越来越大。看到了没有啊？这一连串的效应啊，就叫做骨牌效应。所以当莱恩起了第一个要募款盖井的想法之后哦，这样的效应就出现喽。先是爸爸妈妈来帮他的忙，还有媒体来报道他，甚至大众的捐款，还有人出机票让他飞到乌干达去看井呢。所以当井最后盖好的时候安哥拉小学的生活真的变好了，而且居民跟他的村民的生活也获得了改善。而且这样的效应还没有结束呢。
Within a week of his return from Uganda, Ryan is back on the speaking circuit as a keynote speaker at a conference for teenage volunteers.
Of people. I know that I am lucky because I was born in a country that had lots of clean water. This world belongs to all of us. I pray at night for clean water, for not just for my family, but for every single family on earth. My message is that if we all help really hard and we all pitch in just a little bit, we can get clean water for all of Africa.
Children across Canada understand his message and have been inspired by his example. They've even started campaigns of their own.
An 8-year-old Ottawa area boy has done what few adults can do. He has inspired others to adopt his cause of clean water for the world's children. Today, Ryan Hurljack met one of his fans, a 5-year-old boy who has raised more than $250 all by himself.
I feel great because he's doing a great job earning his goal. It was a hard job earning my goal, and he earned his goal too. Me too, everybody. He always comes back. He's really strong for a little guy. But he's not little. That's the point. Little people can do big jobs. You don't need to be a grown-up before anybody listens to you. You can be a kid and you can be more responsible as an adult. Only if you try. And I know what that means now.
莱恩募款盖井的故事就这样子一传十，十传百，传到了全世界，很多人都愿意跑来帮忙，一起来改善乌干达孩子的生活。所以就像莱恩说的，不要小看我们是小朋友，我们可以做很棒的事情来改变这个世界，帮助很多的人哦。好啦，今天故事就到这边结束喽，拜拜。
这一弯弯微笑月光，安安静静呵护我回家。谢谢你的守望，让我把一切看清楚。就算寒风呼呼，也变成温暖旅